Hey there, Jason. Hope you're having a good day. Not too busy. I want to go over two things during your for your video lesson today. First one is planting and how that relates to accuracy and speed. And then secondly, I want to go over the third part of my right hand series, which is the pinch. So we'll get to that when we get there. So first thing is planting. So what is planting? Planting is basically making sure that we are anchored to the strings. You don't want to be floating around with this with right hand technique or right hand patterns. This will improve accuracy and overall improve speed. We'll go over speed when you're in here next time. So with planting, basically what you want to do is what's called play prepare. And what that means is that I wrote down a very simple right hand pattern for you. Let's do something very simple first, and then we'll make it more complex later on. Is that basically we're playing thumb, indicated by P, on the fifth string, index on the third string, and then your middle finger on your second string. Now, if you notice when I did that, right? I'll do that one more time and see if you can catch it. I'll try doing it without that buzz in there. See what was happening there? As I'm playing, I'm off to the next thing. I think we kind of alluded to this last time. So as you play, the thumb, my index finger is on the third string. And then as the index finger strikes and passes through, my middle finger has landed on the second string. And then, I'll stick with the pattern that I have in here. So thumb, index, middle, index. You see my index finger is back on the third string. There's my thumb ready to fire off again. So what you want to do is you want to develop that ability to, when you play, prepare, play, prepare, play, prepare, play, prepare, play, prepare. Now this looks easier than it is actually to do. I spent a fair amount of time practicing this, along with like positional right hand frames. We'll talk about that later on though, when we start kind of moving around the neck a little bit more, or move around the strings a little bit more. When you're playing, if you notice right there, a lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll put their pinky there. I mean, nothing wrong with that, it's fine. You put the ring finger there too. But what I personally like to do is use the fingers themselves to anchor on the strings. Because when you put your finger out here like this, I feel this creates tension back here on this part of the hand. And tension will slow you down. If I try, and I guess you can try it too if you want, go ahead and put your pinky there on the soundboard and see how fast you can move your other fingers. Right? You can only go so fast. But what I found is that I can go much faster if everything's relaxed and free. So yeah, like you'll see players, famous rock players, they'll play with their finger stuck on that soundboard right there. But those guys aren't trying to go super fast. They play right hand stuff that is kind of in their style. Not necessarily they want to be able to play everything. And I like to have my students kind of be able to play as fast as they're able to. So that's why I teach it this way. So what you want to do is you'll use the fingers themselves to anchor onto the strings. Super easy pattern. Right? Thumb passes through and then index. I would practice that. You can even break it down to like maybe the first two movements. I'm pointing at the paper like you can see it. I would break it down to the first two movements, that thumb and the index right there. So I would play thumb and my index would shoot out, thumb, and then index fires off, thumb comes back again to prepare. So play, prepare, play, prepare, play, prepare. When I say prepare, you're like touching the string ready to fire off again, super solid on there. Prepare, play, prepare. And then you can do it with your index and your middle. Play, prepare, play, prepare, play, prepare, play, prepare, play, prepare, play, prepare. I used to say that to myself when I was first starting this out. I would sit there and for hours just going, play, prepare, play, prepare, play, prepare, play, prepare. right? And actually, and that would be hard to do if my finger was planted down here on the soundboard. But like I said before, I ain't gonna tell Lindsey Buckingham he's wrong, right? Because he's richer than me, and he's sold me more albums than I ever will, and then some. So cool. So that's what I would work on in terms of right hand planting. You're planting onto the string to prepare for the next strike. So that way you're reducing lag time between the fingers. So you don't want to play and then have like the index finger take some big long journey out here to swipe at the string like this. I like to have it like a machine, right? Bam, 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 right to the next thing, right? And then that gets me away from having to plant a finger on here for stability. That's what it's there for. That's why people have it on there. So that's what I have to say about that. Second thing that I want to go over with right hand is the pinch pattern. So usually after outside in and inside out, which are the tunes, the first one being using Fleetwood Mac's, the Fleetwood Mac tune, Landslide, sorry, Landslide, and then also the tune Good Riddance by Green Day, which is kind of a combination of outside in and inside out patterns. The next thing I like to do is a pinch pattern. And what a pinch pattern means is that you're literally pinching the strings, two fingers simultaneously. If you see right there, I have this pattern here, number 2. It goes P, which is P for thumb, and P and M. Those two are struck at the same time. They're written vertically over top of one another, therefore you play them at the same time, just like a tap. And so when I do that, I have my middle finger already planted right there. So we have thumb, and then the thumb will come down and prepare on the 4th string. Your middle finger's already prepared there, right? I'm anchored onto the strings, and you'll pinch them at the same time. So you'll have your thumb and your middle finger, and when I'm doing this, the fingers are coming back this way. Remember, it talks about the guitarist wave back this way, right? So it shouldn't be like a pawing at the string. Fingers here, fingers down again, here, down. And when I do the pinch, right, I never swing out this way. So I'm a 4th string, thumb, middle finger, 2nd string, pinch to the same time. So I'm gonna clasp my thumb a little bit, right? So thumb, pinch. So my middle finger's already ready to go. It's planted, it's prepared. Because we don't wanna be out here like this and go, oh, wait a minute. Now these time scales we're talking about, you have to be on the string, ready to play the next thing. Otherwise, your playing will be uneven and sluggish. It'll be kind of like herky-jerky, what my teacher used to call, we're on a boat swaying back and forth, make you seasick. So as you play, thumb, pinch. Thumb comes back to 5, index on 3, and then, let me make an edit in there. Let's do thumb back again on that 4th string. All right, so thumb, pinch, thumb on 5, index, thumb on 4. So it's the same pattern I have right here for number 2. So one more time. See, I'm always preparing for the next thing. See, that time my index finger was parked there ready to go. But like I said before, I mean, you want to start this slow. When I first learned this, I didn't pick up the guitar one day and start doing it. I had to sit there for like weeks and months on end, practicing planting fingers down in numerous dozens and dozens of right-hand patterns, and then go to my pieces and then doing the same thing, mapping them out literally, and going through passages really slow, just mapping the right hand out. But it does pay off in the end, that your fingers will just go right to the string, and you rely less and less on these anchors that are only there to slow you down to satisfy a desire now to play a song. So it's much better to learn the technique up front rather than living with a crutch that you in the end is not going to serve you well and is only going to hold you back. In that pattern I played there, that pinch pattern, There's a song that came out a few years ago. Right, I believe it's Home by Philip Phillips. And if I remember right, last time you said you have a soft spot in your heart for like these like singer-songwriter kind of tunes. So cool, man. Work on those two things for me for next time. In addition to probably the other dozen things that you'll probably work on too. I always love hearing you come in and saying that you've gone through your playlist and kind of found like little tunes that you like to play. So cool. Work on planting. Play prepare. That is very important. That changed my playing when I started doing that more often. And right hand, the pinch pattern, you're gonna see that a whole lot of like the stuff like singer-songwriter or like kind of folksy kind of things that you like. So make sure to practice that. We'll finish out. I didn't want to talk about the second part of Good Riddance because I wanted to work on that chord. There's a quick chord change in there that I wanted to work on with you. We'll look at that next week, okay? Next Tuesday. All right, cool, man. If you have any questions, if you want to send me back a video kind of showing what you did and with some feedback, do not hesitate, man. I don't mind. It'll get me out of my studio at home where I'm painting. So you'd actually be doing me a favor by getting me out of that room for a little bit. Cool, man. I will catch you next week. Take care now.